Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the NotAllBad review channel where we talk about music and movies that I want to give my opinion on. Today, we're going to be talking about the Broly movie, the new Dragon Ball Z movie. Right. Hey, can you do me a favor? I'm gonna be Angela Yee on Breakfast Club. Can you spit out your gum? It's gonna be like ASMR in this bitch. Niggas gonna be like, hey, this nigga gonna chew gum in the mic the whole fucking time.
I got you.
Damn, I don't have a rapper.
It's fine.
Just y'all swallow that shit.
No, don't swallow it, nigga. That's gonna be in your digestive system for. No, just All right. What's the name of the movie? The Broly movie?
I think it's just Broly.
Just Broly.
Okay, cool. So that's what we're gonna be talking about. I'm not a huge Dragon Ball Z fanatic, so I don't know all the ins and outs and shit of how the story goes. So I brought these two guys along who are more well versed in the universe of Dragon Ball Z. So yeah, I guess we'll go and get started. We'll do it like we did last time. We'll just talk about the things that we liked, and then we'll dive deeper into the characters and then the shit we didn't like.
All right.
So I'll let you guys go first, so I can just piggyback off of y'all because I don't know what to say.
Well, I guess for starters, the animation was amazing. That was probably the thing that I liked the best in this film. The animation was like something I've never seen before. I was really impressed by it. I don't know what made them make that choice because it was completely different from the last Dragon Ball Z film, which was Resurrection of F. And it was like a completely different style. Like they kind of mixed in the 3D animation with the 2D animation, but for this one, it was like something different. I don't even know what kind of style of animation they use. Also, the fight scenes. I was really impressed with the fight scenes. I think that was the best part of the movie. The fight scenes between the various characters. Yeah.
What about you, Adrian? What you like?
Well, to piggyback off what my brother said, the animation was beautiful. I didn't expect anything like that. Especially when they had that little first person view with Broly fighting. That was crazy.
Oh yeah. That shit was wild. I didn't think they were gonna do something like that. That they really got creative with the fight scenes in this year. Has that ever happened before? The first person point of view?
It has never happened in Dragon Ball history at all.
Damn, that shit was wild. This thing was throwing hands like a motherfucker. That shit was wild. I guess damn, I don't want to talk about the fighting again. Well, I guess one of the other things that I liked about this movie was that nigga. I never knew how powerful Broly was, because like I said, I don't really know too much about other characters besides Goku, Vegeta, Krillin, the main niggas. But yeah, damn, I didn't know he was that raw. I didn't know that he was that good.
Yeah.
I saw he was kind of buff, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like all the characters in Dragon Ball Z are buff, so I was like, all right, he's probably just a big nigga.
Yeah.
But nah, this thing was fucking shit up.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess in comparison to the previous Broly the Legendary Super Saiyan film, I don't know exactly which one was more powerful, the two different versions of Broly, but I like how they kind of explained why he was so powerful. In the previous film, he was just OP, he was just that fuck. Nigga, he was just that strong. But in this movie, they kind of explained that they cut his tail off, so he's tapping into the Great Ape energy or Great Ape power without actually transforming transforming from his base form. He's in base form, Great Ape power level, and I thought that was pretty creative. Yeah,
I think the thing about this movie, I'm usually not a fan of origin stories and stuff like that. But I think the way that they did it, it wasn't long and drawn out and a bunch of random shit. It was straight to the point as far as the origin stories went for both Broly and Vegeta. It set it up why did these niggas end up fighting? Why does he end up coming here? It all made sense. Right. All right, let's fight. It was a pretty good setup for the whole fight. The only complaint that I have about the fight is at certain times, I don't know what it was. I don't know how long the fight actually goes on for, but it felt a little short. Am I the only one who feels like it was a little short?
I know what you mean, because it's kind of like the fight starts and it's Broly versus Vegeta, and then that's over pretty quick.
Yeah.
And then it's Goku versus Broly, and that's pretty quick. And it just kept jumping between fights.
Yeah, and then Frieza gets his ass beat for an hour. It kind of skimmed through that when they did the whole fusion thing. I wish it didn't do that, but I guess how else would you really tell that and then make it entertaining, I guess.
It's like they show Frieza getting mollywopped, and then it's like 30 minutes later, and he's still getting mollywopped. Oh,
it's like, damn, he's not dead yet?
Literally just getting beat up for 30 minutes.
Yeah, I feel like Frieza should have died in that like hour and a half.
He definitely should have died.
If
the way Broly was fucking Goku up, Frieza should have been dead, bro.
If the Frieza saga taught us anything about the passage of time in Dragon Ball Z, it's that
it doesn't exist.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. Like I think during the Frieza saga, what is it, like 5 or so episodes that take place over the course of 5 minutes or something like that?
It's 10 like 15 episodes.
They're like, the planet's gonna blow up in 5 minutes.
He's like,
20 episodes later.
Oh,
like,
I remember that.
It's
like, how many episodes has it been, dog?
So Frieza should definitely be dead if we're still using that same passage of time from the Frieza saga.
Yeah, bro.
I agree though. I think the fights some of the fights they skimp past. When they was there, it was good.
Yeah.
But like it went by pretty quick.
Really quick.
It was way shorter of a movie than I thought it would have been.
Yeah, I saw it was an hour and 30. I was like, oh, they'll probably do a really good job with the hour and 30. But then at the end of the movie, I was like, man, it really almost, I wouldn't have minded another 30 minutes on top of that, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely.
I know typically the Dragon Ball Z movies are
like
typically
an hour,
pretty
hour
short.
20.
Do you know how long the last 2 previous ones, Resurrection of F and the Battle of the Gods, were? Were they also an hour and 30?
Yeah, about an hour 30 minutes.
Okay.
They could have been no longer than that, to be honest.
I guess it makes sense. If it worked for those, then why not do the same form?
I guess the thing with the last movie, Resurrection of F, is that there wasn't really a lot of setup. It was just like Frieza's back. He has a new form. And then the fighting started. So I guess there wasn't a lot of like, they didn't have to set it up. Like in this film, it's almost like, honestly, it's almost like watching like a Superman movie.
Yeah.
Because it starts off on Planet Vegeta and there's all this chaos going on and stuff. And it's like, it's really similar to the Superman films in that aspect. Like it's just like chaos going on. The planet's going to explode. Goku gets sent to Earth. Broly gets sent to I forgot what the planet he got sent to was.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know what it's called. Like
something like it's like Vampa or something.
Vampa.
Like that.
That's actually what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, good job, dog.
It's the little details.
It's the little things in life.
They retconned a lot of stuff in this film, right?
Yeah, they did. Like I like how they like put a new backstory like to how the Saiyans were. But that's something that if we do have to discuss what I did dislike how like Silver the Saiyans were. Because the Dragon Ball Z is set up as a savage race. And this movie seemed like more human like.
And just like okay with whatever's going on.
Like, oh, Frieza gonna blow up the planet? Oh fucking well. Who gives a shit? Like there was no sense of urgency or anything.
Right, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a really good point. Like they were kinda it was like watching, they were making jokes with each other and stuff, and I mean in the old like Bardock the father of Goku film, you don't even see like Bardock's wife or anything like that. But like in this movie, you see his wife, and you see they have like a relationship. He cares about his son. He knows his son is a lower level Saiyan. He knows he's probably gonna die, so he actually takes him and sends him away, which was a big retcon. Because in the original Dragon Ball series, Goku gets on Earth and he's like an infant. He's not even a toddler or anything. In this movie, he was almost like a toddler
he
or
really
something.
Was.
Yeah,
like he already had like Saiyan armor and all that. And I think originally he was actually sent to Earth to take it over.
Yeah,
in this film,
take it over. He
was sent there because it was
Frieza.
Right. But in this one, he was sent there because it was a peaceful planet.
Safe planet where he could grow and not have to worry about getting his ass beat by anybody.
Yeah. Which was like a big retcon, which is probably, it's probably going to make some fans mad. So I guess it was a very like bold choice to make, to retcon something so important in Dragon Ball series.
Yeah, I think only die-hard like Dragon Ball Z fans would be upset about that.
Right.
For sure. Because regular niggas like me don't know what the fuck going on.
And then another thing, and Bardock I consider Bardock the father of Goku like one of the best Dragon Ball Z movies. And in that film, he gains the ability to see the future. And a big part of that film is that he sees that
he sees Goku. He sees how Goku's life is after, like, oh my god, this is what my son's gonna do.
Yeah, he actually sees that like Goku's gonna fight Frieza, and that gives him some kind of solace. And
in this movie, this kind of just perished after Frieza threw his death ball.
Right.
And then he runs around trying to tell all the sands that, hey, the planet's gonna blow up.
And then that's when he didn't do that.
Yeah, no, there wasn't any of that. It was kind of
just like, well, all right.
He was like, I have a hunch that Frieza's gonna blow up the planet.
So I'm gonna send my son, and then not tell anybody what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
And the dude he did tell, he was kind of like, okay, I guess Frieza might go ahead and blow up the planet, but he wouldn't do that shit.
Oh well, he's not evil or anything.
Yeah.
It's like he didn't kill 6 people when he was first appointed. Like, hey, like Frieza was never a good dude, so it's weird that he wasn't a bit skeptical, or anybody else was.
And another big retcon was that the Saiyans take over the planets they take over the planets and they sell them back. Was that a thing? That wasn't a thing before in Dragon Ball Z, was it?
Actually, it was definitely a thing in Dragon Ball Z. Very early, Vegeta used to talk to Nappa about that. Actually, Raditz actually told Goku about that. That's what they do. That's how I find out why Goku was sent to Earth.
Right.
Raditz tells Goku, hey, you sent here to take over the planet, and we're supposed to sell it back, but you never went on with your mission. So that part is true.
Right. Okay. All right. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's why we got this guy. I definitely didn't know that.
These 2 dudes, man, they're just breaking it all down for me. I'm just sitting there like, yep. Oh, yeah. I remember that. No, I don't.
I thought it was cool that they showed Raditz. Usually they don't show, like, in the Dragon Ball Z series, you see Raditz on the first episode and that's it. Like there's no flashbacks with Raditz. Well, there's not a lot of flashbacks with Raditz and like Vegeta and Nappa. So it's like almost like he doesn't even feel like he's part of that group. But in this one, they showed like Raditz and Vegeta like together on that planet that they had just like taken over or whatever. Mm-hmm. I thought that was a nice little touch.
And it was kind of interesting how they had Nappa kind of as like their bodyguard, or like, hey, you're gonna do this, like the commando or whatever in the movie. That was kind of interesting too. Like, okay, I'm gonna watch y'all 2 little dudes while we take over this planet.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah. That was interesting. There was also another stand with them, so it's like, hey, what happened to this guy? Did he just left or what? He wasn't around for the rest of the series?
Unless they're gonna bring him up later on to Super, but
yeah, right.
Knows?
They might. Yeah, they might do something like that, I guess. Yeah, I didn't. One thing that I wish that I would have saw in this film was more of the Z fighters, because you kind of only see Goku and Vegeta,
right?
And that's it.
Yeah.
You see Piccolo a little bit,
but he's there to
he's just
bullshit.
Chilling. He's the comedy relief in this movie.
He's just like, hey, Goku, hey, dog, I wish I could help out,
but I can't.
I ain't about to get my ass beat.
If I go over there, I'm gonna get my ass beat. That's not gonna be good for anybody.
Yeah, I didn't like how they did Piccolo. That was dirty. Like,
I mean, he wasn't wrong.
He wasn't wrong, but at least in the original Bali movie, he wasn't no bitch. He's like, fuck it. Everybody else is fighting. I'm gonna fucking fight too. Who cares if I get my ass beat?
Man, I wish I didn't fall asleep on that.
The setup in that movie, the setup in this movie was way more. It kept it going. Like it was kind of like a fluid process. It kept it moving, and it showed us some new stuff too. So that kept us interested. Setup in the previous film was kind of just basic Dragon Ball Z filler setup.
Yeah.
Like Krillin's actually doing karaoke in that movie for like a good. I don't know, maybe like a few minutes.
And maybe it's good that I did fall asleep.
Still.
Yeah.
I literally woke up when Broly was getting defeated. Like the very end of the fucking battle.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I'll try and watch it another day. That's cool. I watch Resurrection now, so
yeah.
Give me my kudos, fam.
I do have to ask you this though. What did y'all think about the side characters that I guess was with Broly? Y'all know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I wasn't mad at them. I really like the girl.
I for life of me can't remember her name.
Yeah, I don't know anybody's name.
Someone's gonna be pissed at me about that. But
if they're not a main character, I don't know their name though.
Right. I think it was interesting to show some of the Frieza Force and kind of show how they acquired these people. That was one thing I always wondered in Dragon Ball Z was, who are these random aliens part of the Frieza Force? Like, are they just like random people that joined, or? But they kind of explained that, like, the one girl, she had some trouble with the law, so then she joined the Frieza Force, so nobody would.
With Jackal's force of all people, ironically.
Right.
So I like how they tied that in there too.
Yeah.
But that was very interesting. I was like, oh, so that's how y'all get all these random ass aliens.
And it was I think it was a smart move to add them into the film too, because then you have somebody for Broly to speak to kind of like give out that information about his past without it feeling like shoehorned into the movie.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
It felt like, it just felt like conversations that made sense, that weren't just like, oh, this is me explaining who I am, and that I had like a little worm beast that this is where my pants came from. Like, like it made sense.
It felt real, whenever it was happening. So, it was hard to get mad at that. It made a little sense.
Yeah,
a little bit of sense. That was a big ass. It was just an alien thing, right?
Yeah, it was just like a little
worm.
For a second, I thought they were gonna like call them dragons. They kind of look like Shinron a little bit, but
like a furry version.
Yeah,
yeah. It was that big worm that he said was gonna be his friend that tried to eat him. He was a toddler, but hey, that's not my business. If he wants to befriend him, let him befriend him.
Hey, it is what it is. I guess so we talked about some of the things we liked. I know we kind of dived into what we didn't like really quick, but is there anything else you guys didn't like?
We're gonna be completely honest. The way the movie ended, it just kind of ended and it was over. It's like, really? Like,
oh, you mean
gonna
like when
do this?
Goku walks in there and he's just like, "Hey, here you go. All right, deuces. I'll come fight Broly another time."
Oh, and call me Kakarot. Like, but why?
That was kind of weird. It was kind of like I was hoping they weren't gonna have the basic Dragon Ball Z movie ending where it kind of just ends. It seems like they don't know how to end a fight without like.
And not even just Dragon Ball Z movies either. It's the Super as a whole. None of the endings were good.
Oh really?
All the endings in Super was just like very subpar. Subpar was just like ended. Okay, everybody eats. We're happy now. On to the next season. And that's what I have a gripe with about Super, and I didn't like that they kept that going in the movie.
Right. Yeah. It was just like, okay, we got the Dragon Balls. We wish for him to be sent away. That was
I mean, how else would you do it though?
I wish they would have made the one thing I like, not the one thing, but one of the things I liked about the previous film was that they established Broly as a villain. And he wasn't he wasn't too sympathetic of a character.
Yes. Oh, is she knocking on Ricardo's door? I'm at the I'm sorry. Can you restart your train of thought?
Yeah. One of the things that I think was a pro for the previous film was that they established Broly as a villain and not a sympathetic character. I think that was really important because he's this like super powerful character. And Dragon Ball Z has a tendency to have these super powerful characters end up being like allies to the Z fighters, and I feel like that happens way entirely too much. It's just like one of those things that happens in Dragon Ball Z that is gonna happen, and I feel like that was kind of a lazy move. It's like, oh, okay, Goku gave him senzu beans. He's probably gonna help them out in the future.
Yeah, I really didn't like that either. And I actually, before I even saw the movie, I predicted, like, you know what? Wally's gonna end up becoming an ally, and that's gonna piss me off. The second I saw it, I was like, "You son of a beast!"
And that it's just when that happens, when they become allies, it's just like, so I watched them fight for no reason.
Yeah, that's a good point.
If they're allies, this whole movie has been like for nothing.
It's kind of a waste of time. Besides the animation.
yeah, the animation.
Dope animations.
But at least with all the other villains that turn into allies in Dragon Ball Z, like for a while there's still animosity with Piccolo and Vegeta, but with Broly, just like, oh, I beat your ass. I guess we're gonna be allies now. I want to fight.
Yeah, they
you
like
again.
smiled at each other and stuff.
Yeah,
it was like, really. And then I see what you're saying, because even in Super, they do the same thing. We'll fast forward to the Universe 6 and 7 tournament. Somehow at the end of that Goku and his fight, they become allies somewhat. And same thing with everybody else. The only person I can think of that's not become an ally of Goku was Goku Black. To be completely honest. So if there's anything I would like to have seen different, if they got away from that path of, oh, you're a villain, but now you're an ally.
Right,
I would have loved to see that, but since they didn't do that, I do have to say that is what got bucked the movie for me.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because even when somebody becomes a villain in the show, there is that animosity still there. Like, they're not gonna smile right away it takes like seasons for them to build that relationship.
Seasons.
Yeah, like seasons, multiple seasons. Even before, like when Piccolo and Goku were still enemies, they were still enemies for like a good chunk of time. And in this
y'all
film,
really dissecting this shit.
in this film, it was just like, okay, I'm your friend now. And that's that's what I mean. They made him way too sympathetic of a character. It's just like the movie's called Brawly, and they set it up. I mean, the way they advertise it is that he's a villain.
Yeah,
and then
he wasn't so much a villain as he was just like a product of like what his father
product
did.
of his dad.
Right.
Yeah, like I like you. Even though he was doing like he was fighting Goku and Vegeta, he wasn't doing it like because he was purely evil. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just like. It was fucking dad, dog.
Yeah.
What else is he gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Like, he was cool to watch. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because obviously the animation was great. The fight scenes were dope. Goku getting his ass beat is always great to see. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Like, I guess it didn't really hit like emotionally or anything like that.
Right.
You know, besides the Frieza killing his dad, that shit was pretty lit.
Yeah, I like that was one thing that I liked was that because in the last couple of seasons of Super. They set up Frieza as kind of a, as an ally. But I like how they went back and they were like, no, Frieza's still
evil.
Yeah. Yeah, they still had Frieza doing like some pretty evil things. And even at the end of the movie, when Frieza tries to like blow up the ship with the 2 Frieza soldiers, I thought that was cool too. It was like, hey, Frieza's still
evil dude, man. He's still all for himself. For sure.
And then that little the flashback that they show where Frieza's talking to the Saiyans, and he's introducing the Scouters to them. I thought that was a cool little scene. That was something. I mean, we've seen Scouters before, but we didn't know. We've never seen them like. These are Scouters. Yeah, this is why we have them. And then like Frieza turns it on, and she's like, "Oh yeah," or he's like, "Oh yeah, there's like 5 people up here with weapons aimed at me." And she like takes
that shit was pretty raw.
Yeah, that was awesome. Scene.
It was pretty raw.
So I liked how
like, damn, that didn't work.
I liked how they at least had like an actual villain in the movie, and. I mean, Frieza almost, he almost played kind of like I'm like comparing it to like Superman a lot, but he almost played like a Lex Luthor role where he kind of like takes the sympathetic, misunderstood, powerful guy and like uses him against his enemy, which is Goku. I thought that was a nice little touch.
Yeah, that's a good point.
At least in the film, there is some type of antagonist.
Yeah.
Because there's no antagonist. It's like, what is the protagonist doing? Like, what's their point? What's their purpose for the story of this film? So I thought that was good that they at least had an antagonist in the film. I just wish that, because King Vegeta mentions it, that his little, I guess his pseudo-fake reason for sending Broly away was that he was gonna...
He's stronger than Vegeta.
Yeah, and that he was gonna lose, the power was gonna make him lose his mind.
Yeah.
And he was gonna go crazy. He was gonna be a danger to the whole universe. And it actually turns out that he was being serious. Like,
yeah, 100% right.
Paragon's like, he's like, oh, snap. Like, King Vegeta, he was right.
He was right, yeah.
And I almost wish they would have kept going with that
narrative.
Yeah, with that narrative. And they would have, like, maybe had Broly, like, completely lose his mind and kill, like, the little green girl or something. And establish him as that.
That would have been too dark, dude.
Yeah,
they want to make him an ally in the new season, dude.
That would have been too dark.
Yeah. They better make him fight Jiren, man. There better be a point for this.
Ooh, that'd be dope.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Dope. I know a lot of people are already talking about that, like on social media.
Right.
Like as soon as the movie came out, everybody was like, "Who would win in a fight, Broly or Jiren?" So I don't know. I haven't seen Jiren fight because I haven't watched the show yet. So I gotta watch Super because this nigga over here wanted to watch without everybody. So it's all good.
Well, I mean,
y'all wanted to watch the sub.
I'd say, off top, I'd say Jiren probably. Because Jiren was fighting Goku at Ultra Instinct, and Goku didn't go Ultra Instinct in this movie.
Yeah, but Broly was still winning, even though he wasn't Ultra Instinct. So who knows if he would have just leveled up again and fought him in Ultra Instinct.
Right.
So. Who knows? We'll never know. I think that was on purpose, to be honest.
True.
That was on purpose.
Yeah, because as of right now, as it stands right now, Ultra Instinct is way too overpowered. So if Ultra Instinct would have kept the same rules as they did in Super, Broly wouldn't have been able to fucking touch Goku.
You don't think so?
Nah.
Okay.
So actually, a fight between Jiren and Broly might even still be one-sided. As much as Broly fans probably don't want to hear that. Realistically, Jiren probably would have fucked Broly up because Jiren wouldn't care about killing Broly at 1 second.
Okay.
Right.
So you're saying that Broly probably wouldn't even have time to like level up to a point where he could compete.
Jiren don't play that shit.
That's a good point.
There's a rumor going around. You've seen Dragon Ball GT, right?
Yeah.
There's a rumor going around that they're trying to make Super Saiyan 4 canon with this film. How Broly's able to access the Great Ape power in his base form, and that's kind of like how Super Saiyan 4 works. Is that they're tapping into
the Great Ape.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how it works, right?
Continue.
So that's the rumor, is that they're trying to make Super Saiyan 4 canon, and that maybe in this next season we'll see Super Saiyan 4. What do you guys think?
That'd be dope.
You think that's
That'll be crazy. But then of course a big gripe with everybody is how is that gonna fit with the power scaling now? Like is Super Saiyan 4 gonna be stronger than Super Saiyan Blue? Like how is that gonna work exactly?
Yeah.
It'll be awesome to see, but if they do that, maybe just Broly should get Super Saiyan 4. This one person in particular should get Super Saiyan 4. It shouldn't be
everybody should be able to access 4.
It. Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think it would work the same way Ultra Instinct does, because isn't Goku the only one who could do that?
Yes.
Yes, I guess it should only be Broly at that point then, right?
That's how they should do it, because I think as it stands, they have too many transformations anyways.
Yeah, it's getting kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. It's like I mean, even in the film, like they're fighting, and they turn Super Saiyan, and they turn Super Saiyan God, and Super Saiyan Blue, and it's just like...
It's like, damn, so y'all just gonna keep doing it, huh?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, why even go Super Saiyan at this point? Like,
That's true.
Why wouldn't you just go straight to Super Saiyan Blue?
Also, we were talking right after the movie about Broly's transformations and how they were kind of random.
Yeah.
And they weren't like, you'd see him like yell and like level up, but like it wouldn't be a transformation until like the next scene, like when he turned big and like when his hair turned fucking gold.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't. They didn't really do that as a transformation. It was just kind of there the next scene.
Yeah.
So that's my gripe with Broly's transformations. This nigga was just yelling the whole time.
That's a good point. They weren't really like established transformations. Like in the previous film, it was like Broly had his base form, and then he had Super Saiyan, and then he had Legendary Super Saiyan, and it was like established. Like he turned Super Saiyan, and then he turned Legendary Super Saiyan, and you knew it. Like he'd be big. In this film, I mean, especially with this new animation, it was hard to follow his transformations.
It was almost impossible to follow his transformations.
It was like, did he go Super Saiyan? And then you see him again, and then you're like, oh no, he's still in his base form.
Yeah, I didn't really like that very much.
Yeah, especially since his original Broly, like when he turned Legendary Super Saiyan, like the whole, like, whoever's seen the movie, remember this moment. You just feel this the whole mood change in the movie. It's like, oh my God, what is this man about to do? It's a transformation you've never seen before. You're so excited to see it. In this movie, you didn't get that. You just got, he's base. He's still base. He's angry and bigger now, but he's still in base. Oh, he finally went Super Saiyan, but they didn't really they didn't display it the way they did in the original, like, or
even how Goku did his transformations in this movie.
True.
Where like you saw him like level up, you saw the hair color change, you saw like the aura, like they did his transformations just like they do everybody else's, and then Broly was just like, nah, who gives a fuck?
Right.
Didn't
like that. Yeah, that was pretty a weird choice.
Yeah.
A weird choice for them to make.
Oh well, what can you do? Yeah. Man, it was a pretty short film. I mean, there's not anything else you guys want to talk about. I mean, it was a pretty short film. The fighting took up like 50% of the movie, pretty much.
Yeah. I think I will say this, that I think that the Z Fighters got it a little worse in the previous film. They definitely got they got the hands way worse in the previous film. Like all of them got beat up.
Like at least in the new movie, they got beat up, but in the original film, they got their ass beat.
Yeah.
Oh,
I still gotta watch the original, man.
Yeah,
yes you do.
Yeah, there was a scene where Goku's getting beat up, but honestly, that was pretty much it.
And compared to the original, that was not that bad.
No, it was like that one scene of
really
Goku getting beat up,
in the original.
And then all the rest of the fighting scenes. I mean, Frieza got beat up, and then Goku got beat up, and then
Vegeta got beat up a little bit. Well, Vegeta didn't get his ass beat either.
That's what I'm saying. Like it was kind of, I mean, other than those two scenes of Goku and Frieza, it was like, I don't want to say it was even, but they were kind of holding their own.
Yeah, they were.
Well, while in the previous film, it was like not even.
It wasn't
close.
even close.
It wasn't even close. They literally had to lend all their energy to Goku. But yeah, I thought that was lacking. I wanted to see the Z Fighters get beat up a little bit in a movie titled Broly. I wanted to see the Z Fighters get the smoke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I wanted to see them get the hands.
Hey, Goku was getting thrown around like a rag doll though. But that was it. After that, he was pretty much solid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel what you guys are saying for sure.
And then I guess another thing. One last thing. Well, not one last thing, but the fusion. I thought that was way too similar to. So there's a Dragon Ball Z film called Fusion Reborn with Gogeta in it.
Yep.
And it almost happens exactly the same as it happens in that film.
It does.
And you know what's crazy? There's even whenever they're doing the transformation, there's even another character getting beat up by the antagonist, like Frieza was getting beat up during the fusion.
Yeah, Fusion Reborn is actually Pycon.
Pycon's getting he's getting the smoke. Just like
so they copy and pasted the scene.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it was way too similar. Like I was watching it, I was like, I've seen this before in Fusion Reborn. Like I kind of didn't,
But at least there was a fight though. At least we got to see Super Gogeta Blue in action. At least in Fusion Reborn, we just got he did one move and Jiren was dead.
Yeah.
At least Broly actually fought him, and that's what I loved. That's what I loved about that scene. They actually legit scrapped it out for a while before they just use the Dragon Balls. But we don't need to talk about that. We already discussed that.
I would much rather have just seen them work together to fight Broly, because it was the exact same scene. And they even do the thing where he turns fat and he gets old. Like you don't have to do the beat for beat the exact same scene. You don't have to do that. Like we don't
have to, but
they do it anyway.
Writing.
It was, and then it just rushes by. It's like, oh, you did it wrong. We got to wait another 30 minutes. Oh, you did it wrong. We got to wait another 30 minutes.
Yeah, it really rushed that scene.
Yeah.
And then they just fused. It was like, oh yeah, now we're gonna win. And it was just like, what? So these things just it was like literally Broly could not do anything once they fused together.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it was real weird.
So I guess maybe Jiren would win then, because if all Goku and Vegeta had to do was fuse,
yeah,
then I guess what the fuck.
Yeah, and I mean they didn't fuse against Jiren, but they definitely fought against Jiren together, and it didn't really do anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I felt like that was just. I don't want to. Well, yeah, it was lazy. It was just this is the exact same scene.
Yeah, if you're copying and pasting your previous work in a brand new movie, that is lazy.
It was
literally
lazy. If you're gonna copy paste scenes, let's copy and paste scenes from the previous Broly movie.
That's true. That would make more sense actually. That would make way more sense.
Which they did in some parts, low key. Like when Goku was getting thrown on that damn mountain. When Broly had his face going against the ice.
Yeah, true.
They redid that.
Oh, really?
Okay. Even though I was okay with that, but
I was okay with that. That was a cool scene. And then to see it with this new animation was really spectacular.
Yeah, I saw bits and pieces of some of the animation in the older movie. Yeah, come a long way.
Yeah,
come a long way, man.
Definitely.
Jeez. I guess that's about it, guys. If you guys have any closing thoughts. Oh, I guess we could rate this 1 out of 10 if you guys want to. Yeah. So I guess I'll start with you, Adrian. Yeah. Closing thoughts and then your rating.
I did have one closing thoughts because there's one more thing I was gonna bring up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what it was though. So go ahead and go first, Quan.
Okay.
Yeah. That's fucked up.
Damn. Man, I had something truly
important to say. Hey, you know what?
I'm gonna go ahead and pass over to my.
That's like being at a restaurant and be like, "Oh man, I thought I knew what I wanted." Hey, Quinn, go ahead and order first.
I mean, I want the chicken, but I don't want the burger. Just go ahead and order.
Terrible.
What's it called? The only closing thoughts I have is just that. I mean, it's like the greater of the two evils. It's like we want a compelling villain that's not just a super powerful bad guy for no reason. And so in the previous film, we got that. And it was just he was literally just a tough guy. And then in this film, we actually got a character, but he wasn't a villain. So it's just if we just take these two and put them together, it'd be like the perfect villain. That's the only thing I have in closing is that you still, even though this one's characterized and this one's not, and this one's like an evil villain, like they both weren't perfect characters.
Yeah.
And they weren't the characters that we wanted. My rating for this film is going to be, I'd give it a 6.5 out of 10.
6.5?
6.5 out of 10.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Adrian, you know what you was gonna say before, or you want me to go first?
No, I think I got it now.
Got it? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so, so first I'll give my rating. I'll give my rating 8.5 out. 8.5 out of 10.
Oh, you big wildin'. No, just
No, only because I have seen every single Dragon Ball movie, every single Dragon Ball Z movie.
I can't say anything.
And the way it fits into them, probably, I want to say the original Bali is worse in this movie, but I did like how they actually gave Bali character. So that's why it's kind of neck and neck with those two. And Ball to Father Goku, of course, that's way up there. That's why I gave it that rating. But the thing I'm excited about with this movie is how it's going to open the door to the next, whenever we get the next season of Super. What are going to go with that? What exactly is going to happen with Bali? That does excite me about how this movie. That is exciting about how the movie ended. What's next for the Z Fighters and Bali? And another thing I want to bring up is if they were gonna. I know earlier y'all said that they didn't have enough Z Fighters, but how exactly was going to bring them in with everything going on? How are they going to fit into this story the way they started the story up? Exactly.
Yeah, I guess it's true. The only thing they would have had to do was like redo what they did in Resurrection of F, which would have been lazy. So I guess it's probably a smart choice that they weren't in the film.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean,
I guess it's an empty thing, like where you're like, well, they couldn't have done that, but I wanted them to. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like one thing is like, yeah, I think the film would have benefited from it, but it's just like, I think it's like a fan wish, to see all the Z Fighters on the fucking screen.
Yeah.
That and Gohan eventually being great again.
That's not gonna happen. I already gave up hope on that, man.
Yeah,
I kind of did too.
I gave up a long time ago.
Yeah.
I mean,
are people still waiting on that?
in defense, Gohan does get some redemption in Super, but you have to see it. But yeah, he does get a little bit of redemption in Super. That makes you feel better.
They kind of, yeah, I agree.
But you saw Super already, right?
I've seen bits and pieces of it. I haven't watched the whole thing, because the animation's kind of weird to me.
Okay.
And then it's kind of weird. They Battle of F, or Resurrection of F, and Battle of the Gods.
It's season 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's
So
just
you
redone.
can legit skip 2 seasons and get caught and start a season.
It's just
2.
redone in episode form. And it's like completely.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
Like, okay.
I never knew that. That's really weird.
Why can't we just have the films and it's like, oh, this takes place after this film. This takes place after this film.
So they're mixed in with the regular episodes?
Yeah.
Even though in their defense, season 1 is better than Battle of Gods, but season 2 is not better than Resurrection F.
Okay. Okay.
So that's why I've only seen bits and pieces of it.
Okay. Well, I guess I don't really have anything to say about it. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. It was pretty solid. There wasn't a lot that I didn't like about the movie or anything like that broke the movie or made it trash to me or anything like that. Of course, the voice acting is always going to be really good when you're talking about a Dragon Ball Z movie because they keep the same fucking voice actors from the shows, so there's nothing different there. The animation was way better than I've ever seen. I didn't know if the animation was better than Super or not because I haven't watched Super. So from what you guys are saying, it's better than Super.
Yeah.
So I guess this is like the upper echelon of how Dragon Ball Z could look, and it's only going to go up from there. As far as the story goes, I mean, it's pretty much your typical Dragon Ball Z story. So, but I don't go to Dragon Ball Z for like compelling stories or anything like that, or like amazing writing. It's for the fighting. That's what I'm there for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Give me a decent story with some dope ass fighting. That's what I'm looking for. So it gave me what I wanted. I had a lot of fun when I was watching it. I like the way they told Broly's origin story, like I said before, and it wasn't annoying or like boring like origin stories usually are to me. So yeah, I mean, 7 out of 10 is pretty solid. Yeah. So I guess no more closing thoughts because I don't want you guys to forget anything.
Nah, that's it.
Nope, that's everything.
All right, cool. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. We're going to try and do this for all the big movie releases and stuff like that. Otherwise, I'm just going to do regular solo reviews. If you guys like the video, go ahead and leave a like. Comment down below if you wanted to add anything into the conversation that we didn't talk about. I think we talked about everything. You guys went pretty far in depth. And subscribe for more weekly videos. I review music and movies. So, yeah, there's going to be plenty of content coming up. So, that's going to be it, guys. Peace.